I'll let you do it. I'm kind of you got it.
All right.
All right, here we go.
What is up, everybody? We were right. We were right on the fucking money. OKC wins game 1 at home, 131-80. That is a 51-point win. And Shea didn't even have his normal 20. He played not great at all. He had 15 points, but in 23 minutes. What an outstanding game all around. J-Dub with 25 and 6. Dort with 4 threes. Holmgren 19 and 10. Hartenstein 14, 8 and 5. Outstanding. Aaron Wiggins looked amazing off the bench, 21 points. Isaiah Joe had some shots. J. Will had some nice minutes. Good to see AJ Mitchell back. But guys, can't ask for I'm a little too excited. Can't ask for a better start, man. Yesterday I said I want to shout myself out that we were going to start a bit slow, and you're going to wait for that run, and then it's going to be an absolute murder scene. And that's exactly what we saw today. I'll give a shout out to Jack as well for saying this is not going to be close at all. No worries at all. Listen, when the difference between this year's OKC team and last year's OKC team is in the playoffs when Shea wasn't going, we had nothing. We were going to lose. Shea wasn't going at all today, and we blew these bombs out. I'm super excited, guys. I'm going to leave it up to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, you worded it well. You can't start off better than this. I mean, what a statement. What a way to just come right out and actually prove that we're as good as we've been saying. I mean, I feel like we keep getting comments and whatnot of like non-Thunder fans talking about how we're hyping the team up too much or just wait for playoffs. Well, playoffs are here and we just won by 50. Like, I mean, like, come on, guys. This could not have been better. Our guys, yeah, so Shea doesn't do what he normally does and we still win by this much, but also our guys don't play the normal minutes that they normally would. And we still, I mean, this is just the depth of this team, the talent. There was several plays where our bench unit was in, and it was like the greatest ball movement I've ever seen. And I was like, this is our bench unit, bro. Like dogging on the Memphis starters. Like it's ridiculous how good this team is. And it's nice to just kind of like sit back and say, okay, this is game 1, just because we had this big game doesn't mean game 2 is going to be the same. But there's no way. I don't see a world where we lose a game. There's just no way. I mean,
get the brims out.
Well, we just get back next game. But this was a statement. I mean, what a way to kick off
what I really enjoyed about this was I'm going to take it one game at a time. Okay. I'm expecting 4-0, 5, whatever, but we'll take it one game at a time. But today was such a throwback OKC playoff day, with J Dubs. Should have been an and one poster dunk with Case and Wallace getting to the rim and yamming on 2 different 7-footers. There was a lot of Russell Westbrook energy in this game, and obviously the Oklahoma City crowd, outstanding. I was almost about to say Chesapeake, but Paycom going nuts the whole game. I had my boys who aren't even fans, like, it was like the first 5 minutes, they were like, okay, so he's about to blow the roof off this place today. I'm like, well, they do that every game. So,
yeah.
But what a game. Things I really liked to, it kind of got out of hand pretty early. But what I really liked to see was Chet looked very good, 3 for 4 from 3. I loved seeing Aaron Wiggins continue to come in. I'd like to see him get in a bit earlier because his scoring against this Memphis team, he's been outstanding all season long against them. And it showed again today with another 4 threes. But the intensity, they want this. They want this real bad. Their best player played like shit. He's going to have, his games where he goes for 40. It's going to happen. And they teamed up and they said, all right, if he's not going, let's get going. And J-Dub and the rest of the guys just really took off. I really like Alex Caruso for these playoffs. Really important minutes, especially against the better teams. But you saw a glimpse of that today. And then Lou Dort, guys. Lou Dort. I mean, Ja had 17 points again on 6 of 17. He did that every game against us this season. Jaren Jackson had 4 points. Shout out Hartenstein and Chet and J. Will. Bane had 9 points on 3 of 12. Jackson was 2 of 13. I mean, I'm running out of words here. Great offense, great defense, great win.
Yeah, it started with Isaiah Hartenstein. He's a big-time player, makes big-time plays. And he just lives for the playoffs. Like, all those O-boards, the hustle plays, like, he just set the tone early and we got out. But I think I was a bit disappointed that Wiggins didn't get in the first quarter. I think Joe Jay Will and AJ Mitchell came in before him, which is
Yeah, I was surprised about the AJ Mitchell. I mean, it was for the last play of the quarter, which was like okay. But I'd love to see Wiggs. He's gonna get more minutes as the series comes along. He also is kind of just getting back into form with the injury and the sickness not too long ago. So he's only had a few games to get going. And I mean, he's been wonderful in these games. But they're gonna ease him into it. I love Casey Wallace. I think it's fine to start the double big against this team just to match the double big in the beginning of at the start of the game. But we went away from it once they did, which is great. Kaysen Wallace, I think, should be our starter. I love Wiggs, but Kaysen brings the defense and the offense, and apparently the Russell Westbrook dunks. So, I mean, we're loaded. No matter who they choose, I'm fine with it. But I'd like to see Kaysen start in a series against maybe the Clippers or Denver.
Yeah, for sure. I think my prayers have finally started working because I could not have been a bigger fan of the early Jay Will minutes. I've been preaching this whole season how much I love Jay Will and was hoping he'd get minutes in the playoffs. He made a big difference. I mean, the dude came in and immediately, like always, cashes a three. I mean, he's such a game changer. He's such a simple piece that I just don't think it feels like every team we play significantly undervalues him. Like they will just stand there and watch him shoot. And like, okay, he doesn't hit the first one. They'll do it again. Even if he hits the first one, they'll just stand there and watch. And they never think he'll pass as good as he does. They never think he'll shoot. Like he's such an underestimated player. So I love 19 minutes. I was stoked that he went in so early.
Best believe that 3-point is going in if it's being shot from the top of the 3-point.
I mean, all season long, he comes in, he just knocks down a three right away. I remember in the beginning of the year, it's how it started, and in the same way. I mean, also got into a little bit of a scuffle, which I love from Jay Will, being the guy to step up and be like, all right, don't do that, which is great. Him, Lou, those guys, when we're not having great games in the playoffs, you can lean on guys like Jalen Williams off the bench and Lou Dort. Lou's proven in the playoffs he's outstanding, but Jay Will is looking like, all right, you need someone comfortable. You need a little bit of a boost. You put in Jay Will. You need a guy to go scrap. You put in Jay Will. You need a guy to hit a three. You put in Jay Will. So, I mean, just another piece that's really stepped up in his second season.
For sure, absolutely. And I wanted to mention one more thing, Joe. You talked about Lou. Obviously, like, we love the guy to death, everything he does, the defense. But, like, and then on the other end, he shoots 50% from three today and knocks down 4 threes. Like, the importance of his role on this team cannot be undervalued. Like the guy,
thank you.
Ja is an incredible player. Like I am a fan of Ja on the court, but not only does he hold him, but then he comes down and just cashes. Might add the highest arcing 3-pointers in the history of the game. Like, but that two-way. It's there is no value to that.
What he's evolved his game into is just unbelievable. We all remember when he first came into the league. I loved him. I was like, this guy's great on defense, but he's looking like every other OKC shooting guard there's been. Thabo Sefolosha, Andre Roberson, which were solid guys, but we need a boost. For you to make 4 threes consistently, I might add, all season long, he's definitely becoming a problem from other teams. I want to give a shout out to Hotspot Casino. Welcome back, and thank you for the comments. We're going to get to these in just a second. But I think I saw the greatest defensive play I've ever seen in basketball. I watched Lou Dort against Ja slip. He didn't get crossed. He slipped. He was on the ground. Ja took one dribble and put the ball up. Lou was in his face, caused an air ball. Like, dude, that was the greatest defensive play I've ever seen in my life.
Lou Dort is like the Terminator with his defense. He's just relentless. He's gonna keep getting there, and he's just unstoppable, man.
It's ridiculous. I mean, I agree with you, Joe. That's got to be one of the best defensive plays I've seen in a long time. I mean, and if you want to also continue talking about defensive plays, Chet's block on Edie was ridiculous. I mean, the thing that blows my mind with Chet, and Shay's is crazy too. The thing that blows my mind with Chet is how quickly he can recover and get back up for another block. Like, it's
because he's super long. It's like he's always there.
That man's got Hall of Fame pogo stick, dude. Like he is so athletic in the sense of being able to just get back and block again with that wingspan. Like it's ridiculous. And somebody as strong as Edie, like That's crazy, bro. Like the defense of this team is it's ridiculous.
Another thing I really wanted to bring up, which was a topic of conversation last year. I wasn't part of the conversation because I thought it was too early. A lot of people got on J-Dub for playoff performances last year in his second season in the league. How that makes sense didn't make sense to me. But outstanding game from him today. 20 points is great. We'll take that every time. But 5 boards, 6 assists, super efficient, 10 of 16. Didn't get a 3 today, but he's streaky with that. 1 block, 3 steals, and a plus 44. Obviously, they're a little bit boosted because we killed them, but I mean, that's the highest on the team. The guy was unbelievable today, and I can't wait for him. I said, I'm shouting my name out again. This is the J-Dub series where he goes off, gets confident, and moves on into the second round. We're looking real good right now, boys.
Yeah, absolutely. I the whole game, every time J-Dub did, I mean, every time he breathed, pretty much, I was cheering. I mean, the guy was on fire today. His spin move is nasty, bro. Like he is so good at getting a defender on his hip and spinning right through it. He had the dunk, and then 2 plays later, he had the scoop layup off the spin. Like he's playing confidently, and I remember that too last season when we had a lot of Thunder fans that were just ripping him, and that was pretty frustrating. Even though, like, yeah, he had a rough series, but like Joe just said, the guy was in his second season. Like, come on, we can't expect that out of him. But if this feels different, this season alone has felt different. In this game, he just looked like he came out of the gates absolutely on fire.
And it just shows the step we've taken since last year. So Shea had his worst game in the last 73 games scoring wise, and yet we still blow them out by 51. Last season, that's not happening. That was the Achilles heel of this team is when Shea wasn't on, no one could find their rhythm. But this time it's different, and it's going to be pretty scary when Shea's on. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, I'd like to give a lot of credit to really everyone, but J-Dub stepped up. Heavy Hartenstein, he's an engine on the offense. Like he runs the offense as a oddly ran 7-foot center.
And I was hearing things yesterday about him being overpaid and on a bad contract. I want to hear those people now. Like, come on, man.
Yesterday still? Come on. That's
yesterday.
Over. That's over.
I know.
But we got Chet making a leap. He's looked great. I love the way he's been taking people off the dribble this year. We didn't see that much last year. And then we just got the rest of the guys. Like we had Alex Caruso today. What, 0 points? But you felt
0 shots.
You felt his 0 shots. You felt his impact.
Plus 30.
Yeah,
in 12 minutes.
Casey Wallace comes in, only gets 13 minutes today. 1, because he sat the whole fourth quarter as well, but 2, they were mixing up guys. He comes in, has the massive dunk, has some nice defensive plays, changes the tide. Like when these guys were in, we took off. So it's just luxury. It's just luxury. Isaiah Joe, a couple threes, like, well, any situation that we're going to be put in, we have the right guys to be on the floor. We just need to put them on the floor.
Yeah, and that's what's also crazy about this. We're talking about these stats and how these guys all played limited minutes and still put up these numbers because we were winning by so much. I mean, in a game where it's closer, I'm not going to say close, but in a game where it's closer, those guys are all playing more minutes, causing more disruptions, scoring more, assisting more, stealing more. Like this was like a taste of what we could be. Like that's insane. Winning a game by 51 is just like a sneak peek of how good this team is. Because one, we talked about Shea didn't have his best game. If Shea scores like he normally does, that's at least 15 more points. At least 15 more points from him alone. Now, if you keep those other guys in longer, I mean, you get, like Caruso is getting more than 12 minutes in a close game. He is. And same with players like Kaysen. Kaysen's absolutely getting more than 13. So, like, the fact that we were able to do this with our depth, with that limited minutes is just, it's ridiculous. And I've seen some people saying, well, the Grizzlies just suck. So it's like, okay, it doesn't matter if they're not good or not. 51 points is outrageous. Like,
can I bring something up with we put up 131 points, but I'd like to break down the Grizzlies shooting today. I already brought it up with a few. Jaren Jackson, 2 for 13. Edie, 2 for 5. Morant, 6 of 17. Bane, 3 of 12. Pippen Jr., 1 of 9. Outside of Bagley, who had a pretty decent game, 2 for 6, 2 for 9. guys, our defense is smothering the Memphis Grizzlies, and the camera flashed to Ja on the bench at the end of the game. And normally, in game one, when you get beat up bad, you see the guys they're like, all right, okay, let's move on. Ja was done. Ja was like, damn. It's literally a picture. He couldn't do anything. There's nothing they could do to slow down this team, and they know it because Shea had his worst game of the season, and they lost by 51 points.
Absolutely. And the other thing is they played like a clip, I think, of the coach talking to him, and he was saying something like, with a game like this, you just move on. There's always another game. But as a coach, what do you say? There's not anything you can really prepare them for, because this is I don't like the word embarrassing, but it is. This is embarrassing. And we just watched this Grizzlies team play a good game against Dallas. That was a good game. They fought hard
against the Golden State Warriors, dude.
And the Warriors.
They game to the end.
Played down to the last minute. Then they play one game against us.
You know what their coach said?
What?
He said, "It's very hard to play worse than this."
Oh boy.
I mean, that's fair. That's a good outlook. If I was the coach of Memphis, I'd say, yeah, we shot really poorly. We never got into our offensive flow, things like that.
Yeah.
But he knows that it's a complete mismatch and how good OKC is. You're just not going to say that out loud. But I guess I kind of wanted to get into the Shea game because it has to be talked about.
That's fair.
Not a great game. Forced a lot of threes, which I wasn't the biggest fan of. I thought he started off rough, so I thought maybe get to the rim, get to your spots in the mid-range. He also looked amped. He looked a little jittery on his jumpers. They were quick. Obviously, I'm not nervous at all, but when you're not shooting well, I would like him to get to the rim more. But then on the other side, I loved him giving the ball away. He didn't have it going, so he was like, all right, here, Dub, you do it, and Dub did. So what are you guys' thoughts? I'm not scared at all. I also think it's great to see him have a terrible game and win by 51, but we need to get him going at least on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think he might just be a bit excited, ready to go, and try to do a bit too much, but then realized, and then his shot just wasn't falling. Doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. As you said, 3 of his 4 made field goals were in the paint, so he's got to stick to what he knows. He only shot 4 from the paint, which I'd rather him take more, especially when he shoots 7 threes. But it is what it is. I'm sure they'll address it and watch the film on it.
Right, and the other thing to think about for me is we were just talking about how this is his first. This is his worst game in the entire season. This is his first genuinely not good game. A player is never just going. There's no such thing as a perfect player who's just never going to have a bad game ever. So the fact that he had one bad game is you're going to see all these morons on Instagram commenting things like, "No, he's getting exposed. He's trash. First playoff game."
I don't even think they can today. Not today.
My point is just he had a bad game. That happens. Every NBA player has rough games, and I'd much rather him have it in the first game, in game 1 of our first round playoff series when everybody else is amped, because he's the kind of guy who we know will step up when it matters. So, okay, he had a bad game. Whatever, dude. I agree with you guys. He was extra jolted. I'm thinking there might have been maybe a little bit of that playoff PTSD from last year, feeling like he really needed to step up. But I think once you kind of mentioned this, Joe, once he kind of started realizing everybody on this team is hitting right now, he just stepped back and let it happen. And then when he came back in later, he felt more calm. He missed another shot, but he didn't just come in and immediately chuck up a shot. He felt more calm. He let the game come to him. So it's going to be scary. The second this guy goes back to being what he is, which will probably be next game. I'll be shocked if he doesn't score 25 next game. But this happens. Players have bad games. Oh well, we'll be all right.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is. There's part of the game flow. But yeah, you said he'll have a good game. So let's look forward to Tuesday now. 6:30 Central start. At home again, obviously. I'm looking for the same thing. Obviously, you don't have to win by 51. But I'd like to just start faster because now we have a little bit of momentum here. and ended early again. I'm looking forward to see if Memphis does get a bit dirty. Not to be like kind of a soft ass, but they're a bit of a dirty team here and there. They have their moments. We saw it in the regular season. They tried today, but they were just getting beat up too much that it wasn't a good look. I'd like to get through that game easy. I'd like to see Shea go, 12 to 15 points in the first quarter, and then the rest of the guys just do what they do.
Yeah, I want to see a fourth quarter benching Shea game. I mean, we're used to that. Let's see it happen. But you kind of talked about them being physical. They did try today. Jaws shove on Chet was – I'm shocked they didn't at least look at that. I mean, that is a dangerous play. Dude's in midair, and he just, for no reason, by the way, just pushes him in the midair. Like,
Right.
I agree. I don't want to, like, dog on them because I in a way, I like Memphis. I like some of their players. Some I don't like. But it's just – it'll be interesting to see how physical the series gets. And I'm actually going to say, obviously, I hope we win. And I hope that the next game is like, I hope we pull away. I hope it stays closer because I'd like to see more of what a playoff series should feel like instead of just us beating the piss out of them. Like, that's not fun. That's not good experience. Like, I hope by the end of the game, we're up by 15 plus, but I don't want at halftime us to be up by 38 points and be like, all right, so here comes the benching. I mean, I'm not going to be upset if that happens by any means, but I just want to see more minutes. I want to see more playoff basketball, So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But at the end of the day, like, just win the game either way.
Right.
But I'd like to see a little more of an actual competitive game.
Yeah, I'd like to get to this comment from Bradley here. He said he didn't think the Thunder would win by 50 in game 1 of the playoffs. I wasn't expecting 50 either. I was expecting a nice 20-point win.
Yeah.
Definitely. We had the lineup yesterday. We said we all thought they would cover the 13.5 or whatever, but yeah, 50 is a lot. I've been watching the Oklahoma City Thunder play playoff basketball for a really long time. We're gonna take it game by game. Very nice start.
Yeah,
it's the first series. It's the first game. Let's just get through it. It's very exciting that they played this well, but we have to reel our emotions back in and just be rational and say, okay, they could win by 8 tomorrow or Tuesday, and that's fine.
Yeah.
All you have to do is win games. You got to win 16 games to win the championship, right? So just get the wins and move on.
Exactly.
Not to be Debbie Downer. I mean, fucking outstanding game, but
right.
I can't say I'm that surprised because I've been saying it in the predictions and all season long. If we play how we play, then we're winning every game so easily. And this is exactly what I mean this game. But I mean, 50 is still insane, but.
Right.
Yeah. If we play our brand of basketball, no one beats us.
I absolutely agree with that. It's just the concept of like you just can't bank on playing a perfect game every game, So, but I agree. When we play the way that we can, there's no team that even gets close. But that's the hard part, is playing the way we can. Yeah. Technically, we didn't even play the full way we can today. I mean, Shea only had 15. So the fact that that's a refreshing thing for me is. While it felt like everybody was on today, we don't have to rely on everybody being on next game because we can rely more on the fact that Shea will be back. So it takes some stress off the rest of the team. You don't necessarily need every single player. You don't need the 21 from Aaron Wiggins. Obviously, it leads to 51-point leads, but it's a bit of a put it in cruise control, kind of lay back and just know that Shea's got it. He can have an off game. Like, it's not the end of the world, clearly. So
I'm going to get to this comment from Hotspot here. He said, he thinks next game Memphis will come out shooting many threes. I have this is a great comment. Yeah, sure. But OKC matches up with Memphis so well. They don't really have a way to score consistently. They can't drive the rim, and they're not a great 3-point shooting team from what I've seen. So yeah, I mean, I think their best case scenario would be to shoot as many threes possible and, like the Lakers did, maybe hit a franchise record, because if that doesn't happen, you're not winning the game. Even if OKC puts up 90, Memphis will have 80. Like they just don't have consistent scoring. It's gonna be up for Bane and Jackson and the rest of the guys to shoot at least 8 to 10 threes if they want to compete with us.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, just watching the game today, look how many times they tried to get guys open and we were just always had a man in their face. Like
Right.
it's one thing. There's a difference between coming out and shooting threes right away and coming out and forcing threes right away. I think they will come out forcing threes. We're not going to give them open looks. Sure, every once in a while, maybe, but if that's the case and they come out just chucking up threes in the next game, I think we win by 30. I mean, you're going to die by the three that way. And that's the kind of game that you don't want to happen if you're a Memphis fan, because that's almost the white flag from the coach. It's like,
Right.
well, I don't have an actual game plan, so just shoot threes and hope we
Shoot
make it.
threes,
Like,
yeah, there's been teams like that. There was a team when I played high school that was so bad they wouldn't shoot it too. They only shot 3-pointers like the whole game. That
threes are what they do.
was their way to try to win. So yeah, I mean, I think Hotspot's dead on, and that's their only way to win. So I could see them coming out and shoot threes. But anyway, yeah, outstanding win, 131-80. Super exciting to get this playoffs going. Nice to see the Lakers lose yesterday. Our matchup in the second round, Denver just squeezed out a overtime victory over the Clippers, but the Clippers had a 15-point lead that game, so we don't know where that series is going to go. I'm not going to even try to predict it. And yeah, game Tuesday, 6:30 Central. Shout out to all of the fans. People who watch OKC and love OKC know how great the fan base is. But I mean, dude, it was a noon game on Easter, and this place was absolutely popping.
Yeah.
So yeah. Other than that, you guys got anything left?
I don't think so.
Said it all. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, we will see you guys on Tuesday. Happy Easter to everyone who celebrates. And thunder up, baby! Let's go!